Hello, and everyone. Welcome to the Alphas on Deck podcast, episode 4. Here today, gonna start off with a quick disclaimer about the episode. In every episode, this is an Alphas podcast, so what that means is we're gonna have different types of people on the show. We're gonna go over their own opinions about XG and also try to create a good environment for them to be on the show. So, with that said, I'm going to introduce our co-host, which is Nine Gogo. She was previously on as a guest. Could you go ahead and say hello?
My name is Nai. Yes, I was on episode 2. Had the time of my life, and I begged Adeno to let me be on as a co-host. So here I am.
She was on her hands and knees to be back on the show.
Hands and knees. Okay. And our guest today is BG. Give it up for BG!
Woo! BG.
Hi guys, I'm
Yes.
BG.
Please tell us about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm BG. Wow, I'm Jurin stand, part of Team Feral apparently, which we'll get into. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I love XG. Yay, glad to be here.
So, BG, you recently got into reacting on YouTube, right? So it's
Yeah,
it's
I
been
did.
like a month or two with you
Yeah,
reacting.
like a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started with like the Winter Without You reactions, I think.
No, the first video I ever did was basically just talking about like how I got into XG. That was the
Oh.
first one I did. Yeah, so I just kind of did an overview of how I got into them, some experiences I had with Alphas, going to the showcase, things like that. So that was the first one, but now I've gotten into going back into some of their videos and reacting to some of the XG, like extra XG, and I've done the Winter Without You studio and things like that.
That's cool. That's cool. So when you went back, you kind of rewatched some of the ones that you've already like seen before, right? So
Yeah.
how was the second watch through like months later after you started watching those?
Yeah, I actually didn't know what it was gonna be like, but it's been really interesting watching now with this perspective of, like, knowing up to current times, when obviously when we were watching those things, we didn't know what was gonna come, so even watching some of the behind the scenes for Girl Gang, for example, when we only knew about Girl Gang and we didn't know
Mhm.
all these other things that were gonna come for New DNA, or even about the showcase, I think, at that point, it was just interesting to go back and see it with kind of future eyes, if you will. And it was just nice to like relive that with them from a different perspective, especially now having actually seen them at the showcase and whatnot. So that was cool. Whereas the first time I would have seen that, I'd never seen them in person before. So
Cool. So with the showcase, that was your first time seeing them ever, right?
yes, the showcase was the first time I ever saw them live. Correct.
And then so you went all the way to Japan to see them for the
Yes,
first time. that's
correct.
that's uh that's similar to our
And stayed
co-host.
in an Airbnb with people I had never met. So
Team
yes,
Feral things. Team Feral things.
doing
Okay.
a lot of feral things. It was, yeah, that was kind of crazy. It was one of those things when the showcase was first announced. I already had a trip booked to Japan literally for like March next month.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can't go to Japan in November and March. Like, no, no way. Like, I'll just see him another time. And then, of course, as the time got closer and I got more and more into XG and saw more and more people talking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, am I really going to go to Japan 2 times? Um, and then, yeah, I don't know how much we're going to get into it, but I started chatting with Gaki more, another Alphas, and she was kind of in a similar position where she was thinking about also going to the showcase. And so we kind of made a little pact together of, okay, like we'll go and we'll stick together. We kind of made a little friendship on Discord. And so I was like, okay, I'll just stick with her and but yeah, I decided to stay in an Airbnb with all these other people from Discord that I never met,
Hmm.
and to meet Nine as well, who I never met. And so yeah, it was this crazy, like seemingly uncharacteristic leap of faith for me. But yeah, decided to go to the show, met everybody. It was an incredible experience to see XG, of course, in person, just in general, right? But then to do it in a place where it was an XG show and there were so many alphas and people from all over the world, that was awesome. That was like the icing on the cake.
So you had already planned on going to Japan at some point. Are you like
Yeah.
why would outside of XG was there like another reason for you to go to Japan?
Well, I've always been interested in Japan. I really like history and culture and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But then once I got to know XG, I was like, oh, that kind of prompted like, oh, well, I've always wanted to go to Japan. I should go. And so I decided to go with friends that like non-XG friends. We just decided we're gonna go. We're gonna go see all the sites, do all of that. That's when I first was getting into XG, so I wasn't so down the rabbit hole yet, thinking I
Mhm.
was gonna do all this traveling for XG. And so yeah, we just decided to go, and then I decided to learn a little bit of the language. So then I started taking some Japanese lessons, and here we are.
Here
So
we
yeah.
are.
Here you are on this podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Somehow on an XG podcast. I don't understand my life.
Listen, I'm in the same boat. I never thought this would be happening. Out of anything, all of my interests, I never thought I would be starting an XG girl group podcast. Okay, that's not like what. um,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. It's
but
wild. It's
so
wild.
speaking of like how you got into XG, where did it come from? Was there like a particular song that like pulled you in, or was it like a accumulation of being exposed to XG?
Yeah, so I had never heard of XG. I first saw them with the Left Right music video on YouTube, and it just came up as a suggested video to watch. I've only ever listened to Western music, so I didn't know anything about K-pop, J-pop, X-pop, none of it. But I was just listening to music on YouTube, and I saw the Chiju thumbnail, and I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I clicked on it, and I was like, "Oh, they're Japanese, sing in English. Oh, this sounds like Y2K nostalgic sounds.
Hmm.
Oh, this music video is really cool." And then that was kind of the beginning. But even still, when I first watched Left Right, like I just listened to Left Right. I didn't kind of go down the rabbit hole right away. But then as the weeks went on and I listened to Left Right more, and then I was like, oh, what else have they done? And then it started slowly progressing from there.
Cool. So like,
Power of
go,
you. The power
The
of
power, exactly, the power
yeah,
of
the
that
power of
Chiju.
Chiju.
was also what drew me in. Just the yellow and the blue, like crazy.
That's so much of like literally it was the thumbnail that got me to click the video. And I'm like, what a different path my life would be
Hmm.
on if like I just didn't like the thumbnail and I hadn't clicked to the video. I would not be on this podcast. So
Listen,
it is kind of crazy.
that happens a lot. Considering the most flack I get for my episodes is the thumbnail. So the thumbnail matters. Damn it, the thumbnail
Oh
matters.
no. But the power of Chiju, yeah, absolutely. Drew me in
Put
for
Chiju
sure.
on your thumbnail. Just put Chiju
Yeah,
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
just
I
put
love
Chiju
that you
on the
do it
thumbnail.
On
I
your
might have to do
thumbnail.
that now. Just put the exact same thing.
all of
Uh,
them, all your episodes.
so you guys all met in Japan. So Nine Nine also went to Japan for the first time and met up with you guys for the first time, and then you guys evolved into something, almost something, maybe devolved.
Default.
You guys went a bit feral, from what I've heard. Where did Team Feral come from, or Team F, and why do you think you're being lumped in with them?
Hilarious to me to be referred to in that way because before XG, if you would ever put my name and Farrah, like they wouldn't even be in the same sentence, let alone the same universe. Like I'm like the most by the book, like rule follower type of person. But yeah, went to Japan again. Like I said, I was rooming with Gaki, and we are like, okay, we're gonna stick together. And then we met Kayla and met Nine Eye, and it was just one of those things. We went to the showcase, but we were all scattered around because the way the tickets are and everything. And then it wasn't until the night after the showcase, we did karaoke and we chatted and things like that. And I think honestly, it was like a combination of the adrenaline of the show, right? Of being like, oh my gosh, we saw XG in the showcase, amazing. Plus, probably like sleep deprivation from just being up all day, all
Hmm.
the travel, everything like that. But I don't know, it's one of those weird things that, like, even within our group, we've kind of chatted about it, but something just happened where we somehow all clicked. And it was like, we'd known each other for this long time, even though we literally just met. And so it is really crazy where sometimes I even think, I didn't know these people like 3 months ago. But yet, like, such a big part, or we've become such a big part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what necessarily happened. Something, it was like the right place, the right time, the right energy, the right everything, and we just clicked. And then the feral part is definitely not me. I've been drug along in the feralness. Um, so it's definitely much more of the other one. Um, they've unlocked a little feral in me, but I'm still like baby feral.
Baby Pharaoh.
Um, baby feral. So yeah, so I still question. Some days I wake up and I'm like, how did I get here? I'm still confused sometimes. But but I'm glad to be a part of it. So it's good.
Cool, cool. So you before we get into our next topic, the showcase was like a pretty big thing when it happened. Uh, a lot of people wanted to go. It was in Japan, obviously. You went all the way to Japan, met all these people, got lumped in with Team Feral, or AKA Team F. Um, do you regret any of it, or do you feel like
Oh, I would. I'm like, I hate them.
Brett
It's
being
horrible.
associated with
Never
Team
do it.
Feral.
No, honestly, like I have to say that I said it before and it sounds really corny, but it really was a life-changing experience in so many ways. And it just taught me like just do it. Like all the things, all the ways you can talk yourself out of doing things, you can always find a reason not to do something. But just do it because either it's going to be amazing and you're going to make awesome friends and have great memories, or you'll have a funny story to tell your friends when you go home about how it went wrong and crazy, you know? Because I definitely agonized over going to Japan of like, financially, should I do it? I don't know anybody. Why am I going all the way across the world? All those things. But now, like being here compared to, before when I was thinking of coming, I can't even imagine like the experiences that I've had not having happened. So if I've learned anything, if you're out there and you're ever thinking about going to CXG and you have the opportunity to CXG, you're always going to find a reason why not to go. But if you can, for any reason, go. You
Mhm.
will not regret it. You will CXG, which hello, that's amazing. But I can almost guarantee you're going to meet somebody there that's going to become a big part of your life in some way. And just having that experience with other people, I think because XG's fans are all over the world, like a lot of the time you feel like you're in your own little bubble listening to them, right? Like maybe your IRL friends might know who they are because you've told them, but they're not super fans and you kind of live online with them, right? But then to be able to go to a show and actually be like, oh my God, like there's other alphas, we can talk, like you exist, you get it, right? That's such an invaluable experience. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that actually ties into our next topic, the first topic, and that's XG's growth. So it's been what, like 2 years almost. XG's seen a decent amount of growth from like a completely what seems like a no-name company that was under Avex, and then they're reaching everyone across the world. A lot of us are like being part of like being introduced to this fandom and then being part of it. And it's been a good experience for the most part for a lot of people. So with that said, what type of fandom do you think alphas should be, or do you want them to be? So, I mean, if so far it seems pretty wholesome to me, right?
Wholesome and
Yeah, I would.
feral.
Well, what?
Wholesome and feral, both of them. Yeah, wholesome and feral. Yeah, I mean, I would hope as they grow that it continues to be what I've experienced, which is just being able to meet people from completely different backgrounds, completely different beliefs, languages, cultures, but because you have this commonality in XG, it gives you this bridge, right, to people's lives and beliefs that you may not have had access to otherwise. And I think just by being able to talk to other people from different places, it doesn't mean we're all going to suddenly agree on everything or have the same viewpoints, but it opens our minds and our perspectives and might rub off on us a little bit, right? And might have us see the world in a little bit different way. So I know when I first discovered XG and became a part of it, that's something that really struck me was how open and wonderful all alphas were that I talked to. Especially even in learning Japanese, I would reach out to some of the J alphas, and everyone was just so kind and would take time out of their day to help me or just chat with me or want to learn about each other and talk about XG. And so I hope as they continue to expand and get more fans, which is really exciting, right? We want to see them have as
Mm-hmm.
many fans as possible. I hope that that's able to continue, that we're able to be like, hey, we're all coming from different places, right? They're a global group. We've got all these different fans, but that we have this common thing that we love and that we can put that first and just enjoy it. Because XG is supposed to be about enjoyment, right? Like that's why we're here, because in some way it brings us joy. And so I hope that that can continue on, and that of course there'll be bumps along the way, but that we can just find joy in it, I would say.
Nina, do you have any thoughts with your old man
As
nod?
you're nodding.
I was just saying, like, yeah, I mean, it's standing a group is supposed to be like a fun experience, right? It's supposed to take your mind off like negative things in your life, and I don't know, just obviously there are fans who are going to take things too far and stuff like that, but at the end, I really do feel like it's not that serious, Like I don't want to sound
Yeah.
mean, but it's like we're all just fans. Let's just enjoy, XG while they're still like super active and like touring and like putting out a bunch of new music and like content. So I mean, I agree with what BG says. XG has brought together. I talked about this on my episode and I was the guest too. But like XG has brought together so many people from different places. Like I never thought that I would be in Team Feral with someone in the Caribbean and someone in Australia. Like it's just I never would have expected this
Never.
like
Mhm.
how this would have happened, but
Yeah.
it's just been really, really wholesome, and I hope the fandom can continue kind of that wholesomeness and just
Yeah.
be as inclusive as possible. So yeah, what BG said was really good. I'm not good with words. She's the one that's really good with words. I'm not good with words. She's the one with expression.
Yeah, I think both of you guys' sentiments are very, very good. I think I personally I do want alphas in general to remain wholesome and kind of respectful of like who XG is and kind of what they have accomplished on their own, really. Because like you sometimes see like Simon in the videos and stuff, but at the same time it's mostly XG. And whenever you see Simon pop up, they're always surprised to see him. For whatever reason, that always tells me that like XG's kind of in control of their own destiny, and that Simon's just there to like help them along whenever they need to. So I think they have all the power in the world, and as alphas, we have to support them. So
Oh, yeah, like,
yeah.
for me, as long as the girls seem happy and healthy
Mhm.
and I can stare at Jurin, that's all that matters. So
Oh man, you'll have so many opportunities for that too. Sure, it's like Jaren's
Oh,
so out there, man. She's in every single video, like out front and center every single time. It's awesome.
leader, God bless.
um, you are a Jiren bias, like there's
Yeah.
no like bias breaker or anything for you currently.
I love Maya. I love Maya. Maya is up there. Absolutely love her. I think, like, Maya is somebody I admire in the sense of I want to be more like her. Like she's able to just find the joy in everything and not take life too seriously. And I really gravitate towards that because I think like that's an awesome way to live, and I want to be more like that.
Hmm.
So I absolutely love, love, love Maya. And I think Maya was more of like a slow burn for me. Jurin and Chisa were who first got me into it with Left Right. But as I got to watch more content and I got to see Maya more, I was like, oh, something about her just drew me in.
Hmm.
But yeah, definitely from when I first watched Left Right, Jurin for sure.
Cool, cool. All right. So with that said, we'll take a quick break. And then we'll start with the big topics coming up. All right, we're back after our break. So next topic, we're gonna talk about the XG content that came out. First up, we'll probably talk a little bit about X or Go. So we had 2 episodes of X or Go come out since the last podcast episode 3 and episode 4. Episode 3, Nine, do you remember what happened? It was 2 weeks ago.
Episode 3, they did the paintballing. Pew, 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 pew. Then they made noodles, and what else? Was that it?
I
I don't
think
remember.
I think did it do noodles first or then
They did
paintball?
noodles first. They did noodles first, I think.
Man, we're all really old.
I
Like we
remember those episodes where, like, for the promo, they did Girl Gang in their the
Oh yeah,
paintball.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure paintball was towards the end.
Yeah, I
I
thought
feel
paintball
like.
was towards the
So.
end.
Oh, and they drew the faces. They drew the faces.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I felt like they could have been meaner with the
They
faces.
definitely
Yeah, that
could have
was
been
so
mean.
tame. That was so tame.
I'm like, this is not even a punishment. Like, they're drawing such cute things.
I know. Well, even when they made the noodles, like I think Chisa or somebody was like, "Oh, at first I was sad to get this, but this was actually really fun." Like it
Yeah.
wasn't a punishment for them to do it, you know? So,
Well, isn't it like
yeah.
for those noodles, like isn't that like how it's typically done anyway? Like it's normally something you kind of do yourself and then it's like really fresh noodles.
Well, I don't know if they said in the episode or I was reading it somewhere or what, but I think like that's the whole meaning even behind like the name of the dish, I think, is like you're supposed to eat it right away, like make it and eat it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
they ended up having
Yeah.
fresher noodles. The
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, like better ones. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why
They ended
Chisa's
up,
like, this is
like,
better.
yeah.
So they had like two different like flavors, right? It was like soy and then like the spicy one or something. I
All
think.
had like a different
Yeah.
flavor
I
or
thought it was
something.
just two. Maybe I'm misremembering, but like which flavor
I
would
don't
you
know.
guys
I
pick?
know. Oh God, wait, what was it? Soy or spicy?
I think
That's
it
your
was
two
soy and
options?
spicy. I don't know if there's a third one or not, but
Ooh,
because it was them three.
me and spicy are a no. So
Oh,
soy is gonna be for me.
soy.
I mean, I'm okay with spicy stuff, but it depends on how spicy.
Yeah.
My thing. Like everyone's definition of spice is different.
Yeah.
I think I would do spicy as long as there is like a secondary option. So if I could like go back and forth, it would be
Yeah,
nice.
if I could
Which
do
is what they were
that.
doing. They were kind of like trying each
Yeah.
other's noodles. So I think if that
Harvey
was an
was
option.
like asking hinata, which one do you like better, me or chisa? So yeah,
Of course, it was
so
Harvey's.
cute. Yeah, of course. But yeah, it was funny when they were like pulling on the thing, they like couldn't get it to go down and they had to
Oh,
hang
that's
off the
so
little thing to
funny.
make the noodles. That was cute. That was super cute. And it just always like cracks me up in those situations where you see XG just like in the real world, if you will. So like there's kids like behind them at the museum, like
Hmm.
learning about noodles and like with their parents, like not caring about XG at all. I just always find that funny. But yeah, it was cute. That was a cute moment.
That was cute. The paintball though. The paintball, you saw some new attitudes appear.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it
was
was funny.
so
Like, 'cause
shocked at, like, I mean, I was sorry, no. I mean, I was
no,
just
good.
shocked that what is it, Maya's team? Was it Maya's team that had who's no, it was Cocona's team. I was shocked that Cocona's team won because Cocona had Juria, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they had
they
like
they
He
were
wanted
they
Juria.
were
That was so
fighting over
sad.
jury.
they were
Just fighting.
Maya as always just being just trolling Juria
No
and like
shame. They were like, "You want Juria? Oh, you want Juria, right? No. You need."
I'm just surprised because the other team had like Jurin and Simon,
Yeah,
which was
Jurin and
like, oh,
Simon.
that's like a for
No.
sure, like, you know.
The winning team had Harvey though, right?
Yeah, Harvey
Yeah,
was the kill shot.
yeah, because I
Harvey
think
got that.
I think it was the Warner Brothers or one of the other like XG Days videos. Because Harvey is like really good at those shooting games, apparently. So like those like
Oh, I
laser
didn't know
games.
that.
So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe Harvey's the move here. So because like she was always getting like high scores like next to Hinata. So yeah,
Paid off.
yeah, paid off.
They
All that
won.
training paid off.
I thought
All the training.
I thought the paintball arena was gonna be bigger. Like they would actually be like
Like running
so.
around. I think they would
Yeah.
have so much dead content if they did that.
I honestly, I feel like if I were the team leader, my strategy would just be like charge, like just
Yeah.
charge,
Well, that's what worked. That's what
Yeah.
worked. Charging worked.
Exactly.
just charge,
Yeah.
just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
Like
It was
when
super cute.
Jurin got like the first flag, I think, right?
Yeah.
She just like went
Yeah.
for it. Like she wasn't even supposed to go for it. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm just going for it.
Yeah,
But
exactly. What did they say? Fortune favors the bold. You just got to go for it.
yeah. I mean that's how we're next year, right?
I guess so.
Oh man. What was so episode 4 came out like most recently. That one was them playing the zombie game, and then
Yeah,
also I think they had like some snacks and stuff in the sauna. Like they tried out the sauna. I think
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, it's so hot," and then they were kind of just laying there. I was like, "Oh, this is so good."
Wait.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
remembered. Which one is the one where they were I just remembered. Episode 3 was also them playing that game where they were screaming at each other with the headphones on.
Oh, yes, the
Oh,
And
cry
then
in
the egg!
silence thing that they called it. Okay, that was
Egg!
cute.
Oh my
That was
gosh, how
and the
could we
egg.
forget?
and the egg.
Yeah, that was super fun. That was super
Yeah.
fun. And, like, yeah, Maya and Chisa just being so
Oh my
loud.
So loud.
the
The
And
loud
laughter
then
wins.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, loud wins because they
they're
got
like,
the
"You're
and
being
then
so
Harvey
loud."
speaking whatever
It's just
alien
alien
language he
language.
was speaking. Like, Jurin and Hinata were like, "This is useless. This is absolutely useless."
There's no
Oh
way
my
we're winning this.
I know, and Hinata kept being like, "Shooting star," and then even when she was like, "It's our song," she went through every song with shooting star.
Oh
Oh
man,
my god.
that's so
That was
good.
great. That was great. That was really good, actually.
I love
I
it.
liked that.
So episode 4 was the sauna, like more sauna stuff, and then the zombie game. Which
Yeah.
were you guys surprised at the outcome of the zombie game, or like kind of who was in the bottom, who was at the top, kind of thing?
Surprised at, like, Jurin being out the first 2 because I thought she's, like, she's really competitive, but she was, like, giggling so much. Like, she just kept giggling, so I was
Yeah,
Yeah, she kept laughing. Yeah,
yeah.
because even with Chisa's, like, Jurin
she.
is the only one that Chisa didn't actually get out. Jurin just laughed, and that's how she got out. So
Yeah,
I was surprised because I think of Jurin as very competitive. But yeah, she just kept laughing every time and getting out. So
with
I was surprised at that. I wasn't surprised at Chisa just going ham on it though, because I knew like she is always into that kind of stuff. So that made sense to me. I
Chisa
thought it was
Chisa killed it.
really I thought it was really funny with Cocona. Cocona was completely lost, nothing happened, and I knew she wasn't gonna be so out there, but I didn't expect her to be so completely lost throughout the whole thing.
I
So that was pretty
I
funny.
expected Cocona to be better. Honestly, I didn't expect her to be like one of the few like bottom ones. I
Yeah, and I
expected her
was
to be a lot
actually
higher.
yeah, and I was actually really proud of Maya because for as loud as Maya is constantly,
Oh,
like, even when Chisa was after her and, like, wrestling her on the ground and everything, she didn't she said nothing. She was I mean, her mouth was open like she was making noise, but not really making noise, you know? But I thought she'd be like, "Ah!" You know, just going crazy, and she was quiet. It was really funny.
yeah, I was definitely I was shocked by Jurin, also shocked by Maya. I was like, "Why is she not screaming? She's
hmm
usually so
Yeah.
loud." Like,
I
I'm
thought that
really
she'd be
surprised.
out
Yeah,
immediately every single round just from screaming.
her face in the when, like, Chizo's going after her, like, she was like, like,
Yeah.
so, like
Yeah, she's a walking meme, my god.
Oh yeah. And also props to
Oh.
Chisa for method acting, like fully getting into character.
Oh,
Like everyone else was
completely
kind of
into
like,
character.
I'm a zombie, I'm coming, but she
like,
like
full
fully
on
got into
fighting
character.
Harvey.
Yeah, she was biting
Yeah.
people, like, full on biting.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah, she was
man.
into it. That was
Uh
great.
it's so good. We have one episode left of that. Are you guys
Wait, there's
excited?
only 5 episodes?
I think so. It's only 5 episodes. Yeah.
My dear, that's
oh, I thought there
horrible.
were 6.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
well the Three Meals was 6, but I think this one's only five
Yeah.
episodes.
I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense
Oh.
because at the end, they were like, "Oh, this is her last night," or
hmm
whatever, and I was like, "How are they gonna fit
Yeah, they were
last
saying
night
that.
into 2 episodes?" But I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah. So they'll probably have
Yeah.
like a morning challenge and then they'll be gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last one.
sad,
Just in time for
sad,
World Tour
sad.
announcement, am I right?
Wow.
Hey, I like that.
I am so ready. I need to
The
know.
dates.
Need to
Give us the
know.
dates.
But before that, we got something coming up. I think Alphaz app had like a recent contest or something. I think it was, and BG, you won, right?
Oh my goodness. So, yeah, it wasn't the Alphas app, it was MakeStar, I
Make
believe is the
Star.
name of the company. Yeah, and goodness, I don't know a lot about this because, like I said, I'm new to the K-pop world. But yeah, I saw MakeStar, which is a company that does a lot of these fan signs and events and things like that in Korea. I saw that they had posted about the season's greetings. So they were selling season's greetings, and if you bought it through them, you could be entered into this competition. And I'd never entered anything like this before. I'd never been to a fan sign or anything like that. Like I said, the first time I saw XG was at the showcase, but I was like, oh, why not? I'll give it a try. And if I win, great. If not, well, I've never been to one anyway, so it's fine. And I knew the results were coming out, but it was going to be at like 3 a.m. for me. And I'm just like, I can't sit up in like anxiety waiting for this. And I'm a boomer, I go to sleep early. So I went to sleep. And then something in my body must have been like, the vibrations from the emails must have been like, wake up. Because at 5 a.m. I woke up and my like Discord was just on my was just like, BG, is this you? Is this you? Did you enter? Because I didn't really tell anybody I had entered. And because I didn't know they were gonna actually release like the name list, but it wasn't your full name. It was like the first few letters and then like blurred out in the rest of your name. So you kind of had a clue if you
Oh.
knew if somebody entered. So it'd be like, AD, then like EN is like blurred out and then O. So you're like, oh, if I know Adeno
Hmm.
entered, it's probably him, right? So I think it was Kayla was like, BG, oh my God, did you enter this? There's no way that there's another BG like that entered this, whatever. And so I'm like at 5 a.m. in the dark trying to read emails on my phone. And like one email, the first one I see is in English. So I'm like, okay, I can read this. This is good. And it's like, oh, you won a Polaroid. And I thought, oh, wow, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's awesome. Great. Like, I got a Polaroid out of it. Good times. Awesome. And then I get to the next email. And then it's like, okay, I'm reading. And it's like, you won an online fan sign. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm going to talk to them on the computer. This is crazy. And then I have a third email, but it's in Korean. I don't know why that one was in Korean. So I'm like trying to like screenshot it because I'm like, it's dark, and then put it into Google Translate to see what it says. And then it's like, yeah, you won the fan sign. And I was like, what? So yeah, so it's really, really crazy. It's coming up in a few weeks. I don't think I've processed it fully yet that I'm actually going to be like in front of them for
Wait,
real. Like they're
you
actually
won
going to see
all
me.
three. You
I
won
won all three.
all
How the
three. That's
hell?
like
Like,
that's
how?
insane.
That is
I don't
actually
understand.
insane.
That's like
Insane.
three.
Triple threat.
Triple threat.
Give me the triple threat.
Triple
Especially
threat
the Polaroid.
artillery.
Yeah, exactly. Trilingual. But yeah, especially the Polaroid because there's literally only 7 of them. I don't
Oh
understand how that
wow. I didn't
happens,
even know
but
that.
it's just one for each member. So I don't even know like who I'll get. I just think they randomly like give it to you. But yeah, it's absolutely wild. I've never been to Korea, so that's another first. I'm super stoked because some other people I know are also going, so that'll be fun to experience with them and get to meet more alphas. But yeah, to actually like look Jern in the eyes, that's gonna be that's gonna be crazy. And yeah, I have not like fully processed that yet. But no,
Is
I'm super, super stoked.
is the video one before the in-person one?
Yeah, the video one is like 2 hours before the in-person one. So I'm actually almost I'm happier about that because I'm weirdly more nervous for the online one because the in-person one, it's like you're with a group, you can kind of feed off of other people, they're kind of interacting with a crowd. Whereas the online one, like it's only a minute, but you're just staring at them for a
Yeah.
minute and they're just staring at you. So like if you don't
Crazy.
speak, it's just like you're just staring for a minute. So I've been like working on my little speeches. But yeah, so I'm actually glad to get that out of the way. And then I can just go and hang out with friends, CXG in the group setting and just have a good time. So I'm
Yeah.
super, super excited, super grateful. And yeah,
Talk to all of
so
them
it's
in
gonna be awesome.
like all of them in Japanese or
So my like I don't know about in person when I see them, but my online ones, yes, I've been practicing with my Japanese teacher. Thank you. Little things that I can say to each of them in Japanese. Although
what
my
are they
words will not word. I know when they pop on the screen, but
You'll
I'll
just be
try my best.
screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It'll be like me at the showcase again when I saw Jurin for the first time, just like in the video. Yeah, it'll be that 2.0.
So with the online one, it's only a minute, right? I mean, we saw like
Yeah, you
the behind the scenes of like their point of view of like the thing. It's like it's not a
yeah.
very long time.
No, it's honestly, it's basically just like, "Hello, oh my gosh, love you, yay," and then you're on to the next person pretty much.
Oh man.
But still cool that even if it is for that 1 minute that you get
You
that
still get to see
like
them.
one-on-one time with them, you know? So
Yeah,
that's
and
still really, really
you
cool.
know they're excited about it too. Like, oh, they're like looking forward to it. Get to see their
Oh,
fans.
yeah, like, the second that they, like, smile at me or do anything, like, nice my way, faint instantly, so, yeah, it's just weird that they're gonna know I exist, very odd, but yeah, I'm super excited.
Is this where the baby feral becomes the adult feral, or like is that what's gonna happen here? Like
I'll progress to the next stage.
you're evolving.
Probably.
Pokemon evolution, baby feral
Probably,
to
because
big
yeah,
feral.
before the showcase, there was no feral. Negative feral, no feral. And then it was baby feral after showcase. So yeah, now it'll be like
Oh
middle
my,
feral
Oh
maybe, and then
man.
world tour will be like full blown
medium
feral.
feral.
Oh man. I am very jealous. I'll tell you that. Very, very jealous.
Oh my gosh, I'll
I
try
feel
to
like I'm
take
the
as much.
only person here who has not seen them like live. So, because Nine I saw them in
Oh,
Japan. You also saw them in Japan. World
mm.
tour. Come on, let's get them dates.
Oh,
Uh,
I know, and, like, people say World Tour is such like a World Tour can mean many things to many people, right? For some people, World Tour is like, "I'm going to every continent and I'm doing 50 shows."
Hmm.
And for some people, World Tour is like 5 shows in, like, 2
Five.
continents. So, I World Tour means a lot of different things. So I just wanna be like, "What does your World Tour actually entail? How much of the world are we going to
I mean, they
here?"
will definitely go to LA, so
Yeah,
that's like,
Oh, no,
LA
for
for
sure. Like,
sure.
they're doing North America for sure, but
I hope
and
they
I'm interested
have
to see how far.
a decent amount of tickets for LA because I also want to go
Yeah.
to LA, but LA is also very far from where I live. So
Where would be your like, where's closest for
I'm
you to
on
go to?
Central Time, so like I'm
Oh, okay,
like
so
middle
like
of the
Chicago or
U.S.
something?
Like yeah, around there.
Yeah, okay.
But like
Maybe
from
they'll do
there
a
to
Chicago trip.
LA is definitely like a trip. It's also very
Yeah,
expensive to fly to LA at times.
yeah, yeah,
So them having a show there, I would definitely want to go because I feel like it would be a huge show for them. Um,
yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see. Because
yeah.
it's pretty guaranteed. Jurin said it. So
they need to come here.
Yeah, they said they were going back, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, so yeah, we just need the dates. Oh my gosh.
the dates. Are you guys excited?
Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
gosh.
for sure. Like
So
all of my plans
excited.
this year are on hold until like I know what XG is
For
doing.
real, for real. That's like where
Like
I'm
I'm
at.
like
Same.
really not buying tickets for other concerts because I'm like, what if it interferes with like XG like
Right.
concert day or like travel for XG like
What it's
so.
so funny too, like, even this trip I have going to Japan next month that was, pre-XG, even that I mean, I'm so excited for it, but even that almost seems, like, odd now, like, "Wait, I'm traveling and it's not XG related." It's like, I feel like that's all I'm thinking about now for 2024. It's like, "Okay, when am I gonna be traveling to see XG?"
Yeah.
Literally. No,
I know, it's like, "Wait, I'm
okay.
traveling and it's."
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all the time, all the vacation time, everything XG. Like I don't even care really.
Exactly. So it's almost like I weirdly feel, like, guilty, like, "Wait, I'm traveling not to see XG?" Like, "Ooh." So, yeah.
It
What
does
is my
feel
life?
weird. It does feel weird because
Yeah.
like we're all like in that boat now where we're basing like our year plan, a whole year plan around a group that we got. A lot of us got into like last year, like with Shooting Star Left
Yeah,
Right,
literally, literally.
and
I know it
then
hasn't even been a year, like,
yeah,
I found them in April? Yeah, April 2023. So it's crazy, and, like, Adena, you haven't even seen them, and you
mm-mm,
have a podcast for them.
I
Imagine
know.
after you see them, what level will you
Oh
reach
my
then?
gosh,
What
that
are the
would
new
yeah.
heights then?
Oh man, I've got plans for the podcast for World Tour also because I like obviously you're gonna meet people in person for the first time that like you've been talking to on Discord, people that like comment on like videos and stuff, and like there's a whole plan for that, not for just like content, but like just to like meet people and like because like everyone's here like. I met you guys through like OGA and like alphas in general,
Mhm,
Nine I
yeah,
like what saw her in person. Like never thought I'd be going
yeah.
there. Like what the hell? So like it's been fun. Like I honestly like I
Wild.
wouldn't remove anything from it, and I haven't even seen them in
No,
concert
totally.
yet. Like,
No, that's crazy. Well, and that was the crazy part too of, yeah, like, I had never seen them before the showcase, but yeah, I was willing to travel all that way and,
hmm
like, stuff. So it is really crazy sometimes when you try to explain that to other people who maybe are not in the XG bubble like that. But yeah, like, the hold they have on us
yeah.
is crazy. Yeah.
Normally, when you travel countries to go see a group, you've kind of been with that group for quite some time. But
Yes.
XG's
Yes.
definitely been like an exception for a lot of us. So, oh man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So before we get on to the next topic, we'll take another quick break. And then we'll get to our last topic and then also our game. Hopefully the game is fun.
Good.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a disaster, which is what will make it fun. So
Okay. All right. Be
awesome.
right back. All right, we're back after the break. So we were talking a little bit about World Tour, a little bit before we went to break. So it's been about 2 years since XG, about 2 years, here, like give or take a month or so. I think March is their anniversary. About to start year three. A lot of people speculate, around that anniversary time is when we might get dates or locations or anything about the World Tour. Um, but we might be moving a little quick, right? A little too quick because they could still release a song, right? Wh-
Oh, I for
Winter Without
sure,
You,
yeah, I
right? Winter Without You was
yeah,
December. I mean, there's still so much time before summer. And last year they
yeah,
released, Shooting Star Left Right before they got to the summer. And then
To
for sure.
release a mini album.
released the mini album, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to release a mini album, but right before the world tour.
Oh, you think so?
Ooh, 9-eye
So mark
prediction,
my
9-eye
words
prediction.
today,
Wow.
January 27th, 7 p.m. Okay, this is where I said it. They will be releasing, and along with that hype, they're gonna be like, "World, now we're dropping a world tour dates. Like, come see us perform these new songs." That's what they're gonna do. Okay.
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 Are they going to release all the songs at once, or are they going to do what they did with New DNA?
I think they're gonna go with a different strategy.
Are they going
They're
to
gonna
do
have
the
like
title track?
they're gonna do two title tracks. They're gonna do a
Oh.
pre-release track, the
Mm.
pre-release track, and then they're gonna do the title track.
Oh.
That
I can't wait to play this back and 9-eye just be
mark
correct on
my
everything.
word.
Mark her words. You
Mark
heard it here
my word.
first.
Oh my gosh.
But
I
I feel
definitely
like
think
they're
they're
gonna change it up a little bit, like change up the
yeah,
strategy a little. You know.
Interesting, interesting.
yeah.
What do you
I
think,
definitely think they're
BG?
gonna release stuff for sure. They're definitely gonna release stuff. I mean, XG is one of those groups that they already have so many songs already recorded. Like, sometimes when they talk about the things, like I think Harvey said during one of the puppet show behind the scenes of like, "Oh, we're finally doing this song that we've had since we were trainees."
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they have stuff literally years and years and years ahead of time. So it would not surprise me at all if they didn't have all the songs already for a mini album or an album all ready to go, even if like XG hasn't necessarily recorded it, but like have the demos for all the songs and like they already know what they're gonna do because that's just kind of the forethought they run with. So I definitely think they're gonna release at least a song before World Tour because that just seems like a long lull from New DNA. I mean, we had Winter Without You, but that was more like a Christmas holiday song, right? So from all the way from New DNA to World Tour, that seems like a long time to not have new songs. So I agree with you. I do think there could be something around the 2-year anniversary mark, seeing as they did that last year with Shooting Star and Left Right. So I definitely think that's a possibility. I honestly would not be surprised if they released a whole other mini album before the tour because that's just something that XG would do. They just be like, here's a whole other album. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I definitely think they're going to release music for sure. And yeah, I agree. I don't know if they're going to release everything like they did last time. And
What
again, I don't
what
know if that's like a
what
common.
genre? What genre do you think it's gonna be?
I
Oh
mean, with
my.
XG, it's gonna be like a mix of genres. Um,
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, right? It's not just one genre. It's going to be, I think, similar to New DNA in the sense of each song will probably be hitting some type of genre. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
So
yeah, I don't think it's
say
going to be.
say Nine is incorrect, and there's no mini album, and there's only just
Ooh,
one song. What genre
ooh,
would that song be?
ooh. I think it's going to be either like some kind of more mainstream pop or hip hop kind of thing. That would just be my guess. Something more maybe left right ish, just because I feel like that globally is really successful. Not that their other songs aren't, but I feel like when you talk to global fans, that seems to be a song that always jumps out at them as left right. So they might try to go in something that direction, more like hip hopish, popish. But if they don't, that also wouldn't surprise me either because they're always just do whatever.
country.
Um, but I could see something like that, especially if they're going to be doing a lot more North America dates or trying to go to Europe or something like that. I could see them wanting to do that kind of music that maybe might pull those fans a little bit more. Because that was actually something interesting when I went to the showcase. One of the girls sitting next to me who was Japanese but was able to speak English with me, she was actually asking me, being a international fan, she was like, "Oh, what's your favorite song?" And I was telling her it's Left Right, and she was like, "Every international fan that I've asked has said that." She's like, "Whereas when I talk to other J Alphas, they usually say Shooting Star or another XG song." So I just thought that that was interesting that there was this distinction between like the Japanese fans and the international fans. So, but XG, honestly, they could come out with a jazz song. Who knows? Like they could
Hey,
That
do
would be
whatever.
great.
that would be amazing,
Rock.
honestly. A rock
Rock,
song?
like heavy metal rock. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So,
XGX baby metal? They could do it.
so who knows? Who knows?
So if they did do a mini album, you would expect them to experiment with some genres there. Is there any kind of vibe that you're going for? Because like if they do release it, it might be like in March, up until maybe like early May or so. Once we get into
Yeah,
May, I think we're getting into world tour like territory almost. So like they would have to do it, either late February to till like early May. And that's that prime like springtime kind of vibe. So I don't know what kind of genre would fit that. Like, do you guys have any ideas?
yeah. Gosh,
Just like a pop, like if we're talking about like spring, like we're talking about like new dance vibes, like very just like classic pop song, like
Classic
very
pop.
yeah.
like yeah, like very classic pop song. Um, I'm trying to think like
Are you guys familiar with G Friend from like K-pop?
yeah,
I,
yeah.
f- I feel like they
Lil
could do
Uzi
something.
Vert's a favorite group.
Wait, what?
Lil Uzi Vert's favorite group.
Is it really?
Have you not
What?
seen him? He was
No.
on live being like, G Friend, K-pop, K-pop. I love G Friend. I don't care if they've had surgery. I don't care. G Friend. You need to watch that. You need to insert that clip.
I should. Yeah, I need to find that clip now.
Everyone knows my favorite K-pop group is G-Friend. I don't care whatever happens. I don't care if they break up. I don't care if they stop making music. I don't care if you don't know who G-Friend is. I don't care if you think they're older than what they are. I don't care if you think they got surgery. I don't care if you think they're not real people. I don't care if you think that they've been in a constant. I don't care. G-Friend. K-pop. K-pop. Say it with me, right?
He met G Friend. He
Oh
like
wow.
G Friend. He was being all like very cute and uwu.
Oh, I
Oh
didn't
my
know
god.
that.
Oh
But
my
like
god.
I feel like
Favorite group. He like
their
went on
vibe.
private. He went on private on Twitter after G Friend disbanded. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah,
Oh
that sucks.
man.
But I think G Friend has a lot of songs that would be like very springtimey almost.
Me Gustas too.
Hmm?
Me Gustas too. That one.
Yeah, that one. A lot of like fields and stuff in their music videos sometimes. And like wearing a dress and like twirling around, like Sound of Music almost type. I feel like I could see that. But if they did that with like a, like a rap tone or something like that, that would be kind of interesting concept.
Yeah.
I would love
I
for
guess.
them. Sorry, I would love for them to come
Oh
out
no,
with
guys.
like a full album as well. But like, I feel like that
Yeah.
would be hard. Like, depending on the timing, like I could see if they did it in May, but like if anything like earlier than that, I feel like that would be too much to take on. Like a full album, especially.
Yeah. I think with the world
Yeah.
tour, when you're about to perform a lot of songs, you don't want to necessarily add a lot of new stuff at the same time. I feel like they'll probably
Right.
get through the world tour before deciding to, do like a full album. Because like if they do another tour later on, they'll probably do the album tour. Because like I think that
Yeah.
happens a lot, right? Like people do like album tours where like they just do songs from the album, and then occasionally do like one or two songs with like older ones or something.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see like what their world tour format will actually look like to
hmm
play, full shows for an hour and a half or whatever their set's going to be, and how they're going to break that up between like singing, dancing, if they're doing costume changes, like how much is going to go into that.
hmm
Because even at the showcase, there's like pretty big breaks between, parts of their performances.
hmm
And so I wonder if they're going to keep that for the world tour, or if they're going to try to clean that up a little bit more where it's less breaks and maybe less dancing and more singing or doing things like just stand up or having more fun with it versus like the hardcore choreo. But
yeah. I mean,
I guess we'll have to
I
see.
wouldn't be opposed to something like Just Stand Up. It's like because Winter Without
Oh,
You
I
was
love
kind
it.
of like that, but like you're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
do that in the middle of summer. You're not gonna do Winter
yeah,
Without You
yeah.
in the middle of summer. But I can definitely see
What if they did like a sad summer song?
a sad summer song.
Oh, like the
That
equivalent of
way
Winter
on
Without
You know what?
You.
I am down.
summer, summer
Honestly,
with
Could
you. No,
be
no, summer with you.
with you,
and it's
summer with
sad.
you, and then it's like they're with the Alphas
No,
for
but
the
it's not
tour.
sad.
It's not sad.
Alphas
Flip it around.
song.
Winter without you sad.
Yes.
Summer with you happy. Yeah.
Mmm.
It's like we get to spend summer with the Alphas. That would be really cute. That actually would
Summer
be
with
really cute.
alphas.
Summer with
Play this back, guys. In a few
No,
months, play
that's
this back.
genius. That's genius.
Listen here, Simon. If you are watching this for whatever reason, you heard it here first. Okay, give us credit.
Exactly.
Produced
Exactly.
produced by credits BG, Nine Go Go, and maybe me. I said a thing or two, I think.
Exactly. Oh man.
All right. Do you guys have any other thoughts about World Tour or song building or genres or anything?
Just super
Just need them
excited.
dates. Just need them dates.
Need the
Just need
date.
the date. I've been saying this since episode 1.
No, but I like for the showcase they didn't perform Tippy Toes, right? I need them to perform. I need
Yes.
them to perform all their songs. Like
All
that's
of them.
one thing that I want from the I want them to
Yeah,
perform
I agree. That's true. I want them to do all of their like core songs. But again, that's like what I mean about are they going to be taking breaks? Because
hmm
during the showcase, there was probably a good, honestly, like 15 minutes where they weren't on stage, right? That could be time where they're performing stuff. I totally get costume changes, they need breaks, all of that. But yeah, so I guess it depends how long they're making their set for world tour,
hmm
but I would also want them to do all of their songs. I agree.
I think costume change wise, they might have to like do like a set list that like lets them do them quicker. Cuz like some songs
Yeah,
like require certain outfits. Like you can't have like new dance versus like tippy toes. Like those are kind of
right.
two different
Very different.
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
So
Yeah,
they
we'll
definitely
see.
have to set up like their set list to like be friendly for costume changes and if they want to make them quick.
Yeah,
Otherwise they'll have to take those breaks or
They
like
can do
yeah,
have
what they
someone to like
did.
hype up.
They can do what they
yeah.
did at the Billy Billy where they just like
Woo. Yeah, where they just switched. Yeah, that was epic.
That'd be so cool if they did it.
But yeah, justice for Tippy Toes. I was shocked that they didn't do
yeah.
Tippy Toes at the showcase.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sad time.
Well, they've only done it live once, right? So they've only done it at
Yeah,
HITC
like
New
not at
York.
a stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only place
And
besides like I think they did it twice on like Korean like music shows back
did
in the day, but like
did
in
they?
front of
I don't think they ever
yeah,
did on Korean shows.
They did while they were promoting mascara.
Oh,
Yeah.
while they're promoting
Yeah.
mascara. So it was like way
Yeah.
Yeah,
later.
they did.
That was way
Yeah,
later.
it was later.
Yeah.
I guess we forgot to do like 2 stages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
Nice.
they only did it at HITC New York, and even that wasn't the full song, right? It was cut together with mascara. So
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Last bit. We're about to move into the most competitive match of the century.
Oh no! Oh no!
This is going to be more competitive
So,
than XG's paintball match.
oh god!
All right.
That's fine.
This episode's game. So we got a game again. Like every episode so far. The game is Who Sang That Lyric? So we got the setup. It's gonna be 6 lyrics. We're gonna go back and forth between the two, BG and Nine. And I'm gonna say a lyric as monotone as I can and trying not to sing it. And then you're gonna have to guess. Whoever is first is going to have to guess.
We should-
Wait, what?
okay, you know how you were saying there was gonna be 6. We should be able to steal.
No, it is. No,
Yeah.
that's the point.
Oh, really?
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to like say like lyric 1, BG goes first. She for whatever reason doesn't know it, right?
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing, right? Yeah, that would be insanely embarrassing. I don't know why we would like miss this question. Anyway, but but if she were to miss it and like gets at least part of it wrong, so you have to have the song name and the person who sang it, right? I feel like
Oh,
early on it's going to be easy. Later on I did make it a little bit more difficult. If for whatever reason, actually we'll probably do it anyway for the bonus round. I do have a 7th lyric, and that one's going to be more challenging.
oh my!
Okay, so first up, since BG is our guest,
No! Oh no!
okay, I got to get my
This is
little
so
notpad
bad.
ready.
This would be so
I'm
bad.
so nervous. My heart is pounding.
All right, so BG first. You remember you have to say the song title and
Okay.
the member who sang that lyric. And
Oh
I
my
try to
God,
make
this is
them
gonna
so
be
that it's only one
bad.
member with that specific lyric. Okay? And then
Okay,
if you
okay, I can
can't
do
get
this.
one or both parts, Nine can steal. All right.
Okay.
And then next question
Oh
2
no!
would be Nine.
I just hope at least one of us gets each of them. Otherwise, this is gonna look really bad.
Oh gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm about to be exposed.
Oh no. Listen, this is all for fun. It has nothing to do with your fandom. You guys have been to concerts. Okay. All right. Monotone lyrics. Number 1. We a movement, never losing, making move, stay poppin'.
Shooting Star.
You said shooting star and what?
Is it Harvey Shooting Star?
That is correct.
Oh!
All right,
Okay,
BG.
I got at least one. I'm okay now. I got at least one. It's okay.
Okay.
If I go downhill from here, it's all right.
All right. All right, Nine. Here we go. Lyric number 2. This one is going to be, if you miss the song on this one, I don't know what to say. I'll never let another boy ruin my mascara. Did you say it? Huh?
Say it again.
What?
Did you say the song?
Yeah, mascara.
Okay. In the member?
Oh, a jurin.
Yes. That is correct.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
correct.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it cut out when you said it. So I was like, wait,
Oh,
what
okay,
did you
sorry,
say?
sorry.
All right, back to BG. Might get a little bit more difficult, but we'll see.
Oh my gosh.
Stepped on the floor and I'm killing him.
Oh, a Jurin New Dance.
That is correct.
Yes, baby!
Let's go.
Short. That's like short.
Yeah. Well, if I said more, it would be
I know
even
my
easier.
jurin, okay.
Oh my gosh,
All right.
I'm
Oh my
so
gosh.
nervous. This is like I have like test anxiety right now.
All right. Number
Oh my
4,
gosh.
Nai. Put 'em up. Who the realist?
Oh, Chisa Girl Gang.
That is correct.
Dude, these are getting hard.
I told you they're gonna
I know, I
they're gonna
had to
start
think about
easy and
that.
they're gonna get
I
hard.
had to think about that
She's like,
one.
and then she like turns around. She's like, put 'em up.
Yeah.
No. You know what you need to do? You need to do choreo now.
The
Make it
choreo.
harder. You need to do the choreo of what they were doing while they were singing.
A full choreo version of the podcast. Maybe I should just do a full-on game version of the podcast, just like all games. All right.
Next podcast choreo.
Podcast choreo. Okay. Number 5, BGs. Okay.
Oh no.
Heavy snow pouring out my window.
That's Juria, Winter Without You.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
baby.
She getting the easy ones. Rigged.
Rigged. All right. Last one. Actually, there's one more after this. For Nai. Snacking on the world. It's a bento. Gimme more.
Coconut tippy toes.
Yep, correct. That is
God.
correct.
You didn't know that
I
one? Rigged. This is rigged.
All right. Now this last one. This is number 7. This is number 7, okay?
Is this gonna be just like out to anybody and whoever just does it first? Can we do it that way?
Yes, we can do it that way. It might be chaotic though. So this one,
Oh, is it?
3
tell me.
members sang this part. And the song should be easy, okay? The song should be easy. 3 members sang this song.
Oh
Because it's the final one. We have to do something, right? All right. You ready? You guys are ready?
It's a chorus. It's a chorus.
Yeah, you got it.
It's a shooting star chorus.
Hey, how'd you know? Yeah, we riding on up. So shining for show.
Hinata Maya Harvey.
Incorrect.
Wait, oh my god. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, what's Shooting Star, obviously. Oh my god. Wait, yeah. Wait, Hinata Maya. Juria? Who else sings that?
It's
Oh,
so
we're fake
according to Genius. So is that your guess? Okay. So
No, because clearly it's incorrect.
yeah.
Clearly it's incorrect. So let's guess somebody
So
else.
Hinata
Okay.
and Maya are correct for sure.
Yeah, I know those are correct for sure. Okay.
Chisa?
Like randomly?
Wait, who?
Jurin?
So according to Genius, it was Jurin at the end before Harvey says her thing and the song ends.
Okay, so I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said Jurin.
You already guessed though. You already guessed once and you just went through the members.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh my
Go
God.
again.
That doesn't even count, okay? Because you just go through the nah. Give us another one. Give us
Another.
one.
I don't know. I don't have any more prepared.
No. That last one didn't count.
She will not stand for this. She will not stand for it. Oh,
All right.
wow. I'm the ultimate winner. Nine fake fan. We now know. It's
Yeah,
been
we now
decided.
know. All right, so that does it for this episode. Thank you, BG, for joining us on episode 4. Nai, thank you for being here, for being a great co-host. Also challenging BG at the end there. But yeah, BG, do you have anything to promote or say, or any of your social media accounts or anything?
Sure. If you guys want to watch crazy reactions and more of this, you can find me on YouTube at XG with me, and that'll tell you all the other things you need to know about me and other places you can find me. So
Link
check me
down
out there.
below.
Links,
Link down
links.
below. Hit that like button. Hit that bell
Yeah.
button.
Hit the
Yeah.
the bell's on the other side.
Hit that bell.
And-
Bell and like. Hit
yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, Nai, do you have anything to say or promote?
Promote. I'm building a Juria keyboard on Monday. I don't know when this podcast is dropping, but I'm building a Juria keyboard, and I'm going to be posting on my YouTube. And I made a left-right keyboard previously, so if you haven't checked out,
Ooh.
So
that,
epic.
I've
So
got my
cool.
2 keyboards right here, so I'm very, very excited. Yes, that is my promotion.
Alrighty. Well, that'll do it for this podcast. Thank you for everyone for watching. Who do you want on the next episode? Comment down below. And also, if you had any issues with the game, comment about it down below also.
Rigged.
Do
I
you
was the
think it
winner.
was
I won,
rigged?
guys.
Or did BG
I
win
won. Fair
fair and
game.
square?
Fair game. Fair game. Fair game.
All right.
Wow, 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 wow.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.